Hi, thanks so much for joining me. Today we're talking about this product. It is by Chanel. It is the Rouge Coco Lip Blush, Hydrating Lip and Cheek Sheer Color. And I was intrigued by this because it said it was color for cheeks and lips. And I know you can use lipstick on cheeks, but I thought that this was kind of an interesting product because it's made for that. I picked up the color 410 and there are 6 colors in all. I loved this one because it has a nice warm tone to it, which I think complements my skin. Actually, it's a very salmon-y color, kind of like the sweater I'm wearing. I'm going to talk about the claims again. If you'd like to just see what it looks like on, here's the timestamp. It says it's a lightweight 2-in-1 lip and cheek blush designed with a buildable formula for a sheer, intense effect with a perfectly matte finish. A dual-sided applicator ensures high precision, even coverage on lips, while the soft gel touch formula delivers a customizable result on cheeks. Okay, so pretty much you can use it on your lips and your cheeks. So we're gonna try that on and I'm gonna give you my thoughts along the way. So if you'd like to see that, please keep watching. Now I do have most of my makeup on now. It was a little bit tricky with the bronzer because this is a cream product I'll be applying, so I didn't want to bronze with a powder, which I usually use. So I went in with a deeper concealer to do a bronzing effect, so it didn't set it and I wasn't applying this on top of powder. Typically with blush, I do powder, blush, and then a finishing powder. In this case, however, I didn't want to put powder down first, so I left this part of my face unpowdered, but the center of my face is set with powder. It says to go ahead and apply this directly to cheeks and work it in and then layer it as needed or as desired. So we're gonna go ahead and do that first. Now, I do have an issue about putting this product on my lips and on my cheeks at the same time, but we'll just go with it. So we're just gonna add a few dots here and work it in. I'm just going to tap it like this because that way it won't disturb any makeup underneath. I do have foundation underneath and I did put a little bit of that Hourglass highlighter on there. The stick one, the Vanish highlighting stick. Oh gosh, I can never remember the full name. I apply my blush a bit higher on my cheekbone and then I direct it in this angle. And then I'll soften the edges a little bit. It actually went on pretty intensely for one layer. I do like how it has a natural flush to it. And I chose this one because I thought I wanted something lighter, but the pink one, I wasn't sure how light it was. There were no swatches that I could find at the time this came out. I purchased it pretty immediately when I got the email about it. I think for a no makeup look, this is a really perfect product for the cheeks. And add another layer. I'm going to try and center it more towards the middle this time. So again, I'm not swirling it, I'm just patting it in. Really nice finish on it. Super natural looking. It doesn't feel like a sticky gloss on your face. I imagined it would when I first saw the product online, but it's not sticky at all. Kind of dries down really nicely. So if you're looking for a skin-like finish on a blush, I think this does a really great job of that. Now I'm going to apply it to the lips. I have tried this a few times because I get really excited to try things when I first get them in the mail. Plus it gives me a little bit more information before I try it on with you. And I have to say that this is difficult to apply if you have any dryness on your lip. I did apply some Baume de Rose by Terry, which is really emollient if you've ever tried it. And then I wiped off the excess and I tried to get any patches off of there. It says for lip color, apply blush. Oh, that's funny. It calls it a blush. When it says for lip color, apply blush with a dual-sided applicator for even precise coverage. So same applicator, which again, I have a bit of an issue using this on my lips and then on my face. So I think the best way probably to use this is to put it on your hand first and then apply it, but I know that's not practical if you're out and about. It can be a bit patchy if you have dry skin. So you really have to make sure you don't have any dry skin on here. It's gonna show. So there it is on the lips. It's definitely not a shiny finish. I don't know if it's totally matte, and it's kind of a strange idea to have a sheer yet matte finish. I'm used to having sheer and at least a balmy kind of consistency to it, if not shinier. So I think that's kind of interesting, different for sure. So after using this a few times, what I can tell you is I love this as a blush color. I think on a no makeup kind of a day where you're not using many powders, this is excellent. I'll use it with sunscreen and then some skin tint, and then I'll add this on, and it just looks really beautiful and really natural and sheer, which I love about it. And I think it's the color that I would normally get. It's a little bit of a warm tint to it, which goes great with my skin tone. As for on lips, I don't like it on my lips. It was drying. I was impressed though that it had some color to it because it is sheer, it is lighter, and you could see the color on my lips. However, it is drying, so I do add a gloss on top of it if I do try and add this first, but I've been mainly using it on my cheeks. I wouldn't use it on the daily when I have powder on because of the issue it creates when you put powder and then cream and powder. It doesn't work for me. So I wouldn't use it for that, but I definitely use it on weekends and vacations. So I think it's really wonderful for that. So if you're interested in this product, I think it's a great vacation product. I think it's a great product if you don't use powders. I think that if you want just something sheer and a wash of color that's controlled, because I know there are other like gel blushes out there. I think there's one by Carrie that I've used before, and sometimes they can be harder to work with. This was pretty easy to work with because of, I think, the consistency. Again, not for the lips, at least not for me. I think if you have very pale lips, this would work well for you, but I have very pigmented lips to begin with, so it can be a bit tricky when I go to a lighter color. So if you learned something from this video, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Onto cheeks with three, just to go ahead, apply this onto cheeks. It says to go ahead and apply dabs of this.